Welcome to this week's market drama. We'll begin with the S&P 500, which was up 1.5%. It is now up 4% for the year. It is within less than 1% from all-time highs. NASDAQ was up 2.6% for the week. It is now up 3.7% year to date. So what happened during the week? We had January CPI data earlier in the week, actually on Wednesday, and actually disappointed. Core CPI was 3.3%. That excludes energy and food, so kind of like the volatile parts of CPI. The expectation was 3.2%. When it comes to headline CPI, the expectation was 2.9. We got 3%. This is in the back of the Federal Reserve already giving comments around that they could wait for a bit before they cut again to make sure inflation gets closer to 2%. Right now, we're getting a headline CPI that's actually at 3%. So the market did sell off on Wednesday in the back of that. Having said that, on Thursday, we had news from the White House that they might be holding off on new tariffs. And so that gave kind of renewed interest on buying the stock market on Thursday, on Friday, because some of the concerns that market participants have now is what if the White House brings some new tariffs, which ultimately could hit earnings and sentiment in the stock market. So that was the positive news there. Ultimately, markets are driven by earnings. And the good news there is that earnings have been really strong this past quarter. We're almost done with earnings season, with 493 companies out of the 500 and the S&P 500 having reported. And tech has not performed as well. But when you look at the broader S&P 500, profits are set to grow closer to 16-17% from a year ago. That's way beyond the expectations heading into this quarter, right? So if we don't get hit with big tariffs and the market goes back to focusing on earnings have been really strong, especially considering now that you're seeing the ex-tech sectors start to perform in earnings for a long time now, for a couple of years. Tech has been kind of really driving the earnings picture. Now you're getting other sectors participating on stronger earnings. So that's it for this week. Stay tuned for next week.